So minute hand, hour hand, and second hand. All already? Are you listen? Now minute hand started running. In how much minute it cover entire full circle? How much minute? So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 30, 45, how much minute? In 60 minutes, it cover entire full circle, that is 360 degree. Understood? In 1 minute, it cover how much degree? So 360 by 60, what you will get? 6 degree. Are you understood? Not understand? That means if the minute hand started running, in 1 minute, it covers 6 degree. Now come to our hand. Now our hand started running. In how many hours it cover entire full circle? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 6 hour, 9 hour. How many hours? Huh? Arey yaar. Listen, in how now our hand started running. In how many hours it cover one full circle? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 6 hour, 9 hour. How many hours? In 12 hours, it cover entire full circle. That is how much degree? 360 degree. Now in 1 hour, how much degree? 360 upon 12. What you will get? 30 degree. 1 hour means how much minute? 60 minutes. If our hand runs 60 minutes, it cover 30 degree. If the our hand runs 1 minute, it cover how much degree? So divided by 60, cancelled. What you will get? Half degree. Are you understood, Amos? Why I am taking same 1 minute, 1 minute? Then comparison is very easy for us. All are understand? Now come to second hand. Now second hand started running. In how many seconds it cover entire full circle? 1 second, 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30, 45. How many seconds? In 60 seconds, it cover entire full circle. That is 360 degree. Understood? So 60 seconds means how much minute? 1 minute 360 degree. Are you understood, Davos? Now, minute hand, 1 minute 6 degree. Our hand, 1 minute half degree. Second hand, 1 minute 360 degree. Who traveled more? Who traveled more? Fastest. Why he traveled more? He is fastest among these people. Understood? Who is next faster? Slowest person. What is the relationship between minute hand and our hand? What is the relationship between our hand and second hand? What is the relationship between minute hand and second hand? We will see one by one. 1 minute 6 degree, 1 minute half degree. Who traveled more? Why? Minute hand is faster than the our hand. How many times faster? How half becomes 6? Into 12 you will get 6. That means minute hand is 12 times faster than whom? Our hand. Understood, Abbas? Actually, what we have to explain? Minute hand, our hand. Minute hand, 1 minute, how much degree? Our hand, 1 minute, how much degree? Cross multiply what? That is called 12:1. But we are not yet started a ratio. That is why I am not teaching. I am not teaching in this way. Are you understood? Not understand? So how half becomes 6? Into 12 you will get 6. That means minute hand is 12 times faster than the our hand. Now I am comparing minute hand with the second hand. 1 minute 6 degree, 1 minute 360 degree. Who traveled more? Why? Faster than the minute hand. How many times faster? How 6 becomes 360? Into 60. So second hand is 60 times faster than whom? Minute hand. All are understood, Abbas? Understand? What is the relationship between our hand and second hand? 1 minute half degree, 1 minute 360 degree. Who traveled more? Why? How many times faster? How half becomes 360? That means second hand is how many times? 720 times faster than whom? Our hand. Are you understood? Not understand? Understand? What is the relationship between minute hand and our hand? 12 times relationship. What is the relationship between our hand and second hand? 720 times relationship. What is the relationship between minute hand and second hand? 60 times relationship. Are you understood, Abbas? If the question asks about faster hand, you have to multiply. If the question asks about slower hand, you have to divide. Sir, what does it mean? Listen carefully now. For example, if our hand traveled 10 degree, in the same time minute hand traveled how much degree? What is the relationship between our hand and minute hand? 12 times. Compared to our hand, minute hand is asked. Compared to our hand, minute hand is faster or slower? That means multiply by 12. That means 10 into 12, how much? 1. What is the meaning of 120 degree? If our hand traveled 10 degree, in the same time minute hand traveled how much degree? 120 degree. All are understood, Abbas? If minute hand traveled 96 degree, in the same time our hand traveled how much degree? What is the relationship between minute hand and our hand? What is the relationship between minute hand and our hand? 12 times is the relationship. Faster hand is asked multiply by 12. Slower hand is asked divided by 12. Compared to minute hand, our hand is asked. Compared to minute hand, our hand is faster or slower? Slower means divided by 12. That means 96 by 12. What you will get? Are you understood this? Next, if minute hand traveled 20 degree, in the same time second hand traveled how much degree? What is the relationship between minute hand and second hand? 60 times. Compared to minute hand, second hand is asked. Compared to minute hand, second hand is faster or slower? That means multiply by 60. So 20 into 60, how much you will get? Are you understood this? For example, Swami sir, stop. One full circle means 360 degree. How it possible? 1200 degree again and again. Are you understood, Abbas? If second hand traveled 3600 degree, in the same time our hand traveled how much degree? What is the relationship between second hand and our hand? 720 times. Compared to second hand, our hand is asked. Compared to second hand, our hand is faster or slower? Slower means divide or multiply. Divided by 720. That means what you will get? 5 degree. Are you understood, Abbas? Now you understand what is the meaning of faster hand is asked to multiply, slower hand is asked to divide. All are understood this? All are understand? Right, okay. Next. So it's a 12-hour clock. It is a 12-hour clock. Understood? So it is divided into 12 hours, 2 times. Oh, yeah. That means the full circle is divided into 12 equal parts. Are you understood, Abbas? So now listen, one full circle means how much minute? 60 minutes. So that is divided into how many equal part? 12 part. 12 part is equal to how much minute? 1 part is equal to how much minute? So each part are how much minute gap? 5 minute gap. Full circle is divided into how many equal part? How many equal part? 12 equal part. And a full circle means how much degree? So 12 equal part is called 360 degree. So 1 part is how much degree? So are you understood, Abbas? That means gap we always says in terms of time or in terms of angle. All are understand. UPSC asked gap in terms of angle, gap in terms of time also they asked. All are understood, Abbas? So 1 part means how much minute? 1 part means how much gap? Degree? 30 degree. Are you understood, Abbas? For example, now time is 4:10. For example, I am saying, where is our hand? Approximately 4. Gentleman agreement. You are seeing it is approximately 4. In time, you are using 4. Whatever you see, you are writing here. Where is minute hand you are seeing? I will come to your house. Where you are minute hand you are saying? 2. Then you have to say 4, 2 only. Are you understood? Not understood. Hour hand approximately 4. Whatever you are seeing the location, you are writing in the time also. But minute hand, it is showing towards 2. You have to write 2 only. Why you are writing 10? That means one part is how much a minute? 2 part is how much a minute? That means you converted part into minute. But still it is in part. Understood? That means both are not in same unit of measurement. Are you understood? Not understand? If anywhere situation arises to add or subtract, you cannot directly add or subtract this two number. Why? Because this is in part, this is in minute. 1 minute. Are you understood, Abba? So add or subtract means the unit of measurement has to be same. So 1 part is 5 minutes, 4 part is how much a minute? This is 10 minutes. Now both are in same unit of measurement. Understood that? Now you can add this or subtract this two if you require. All are understood, boss? Yes, boss. Now time is 4:10. You are seeing, then where is our hand approximately 4? Where is minute hand? 2. You are seeing our hand, wherever you are seeing the location of our hand, you, for example, you are seeing the location of our hand is to approximately 4. In time, you are using 4. Minute hand pointing towards 2, you have to say 4, 2. Are you understood? But you are not writing 2, you are writing 10 minutes. That means you converted part into minute. 1 part is 5 minutes, 2 part is 10 minutes you are writing. This is in minute, this is in part. That means both are not in same unit of measurement. If any situation arises, you need to add or subtract. You cannot directly add these two because unit of measurement not same. Understand? So you convert that into minute. 1 part is 5 minutes, 4 part is 20 minutes. Now our hand already traveled 20-minute gap approximately. This 10-minute gap. Now you can use this to add or subtract. Are you understood this? All are understand about? It totally silent. So wherever you are seeing the clock, gap, you see how much gap is there? You see the position now, 130. Is it 130? Like that? Okay, boss. Either you can say gap this or you can say gap this. 2 gap are there. You are solving any question by any procedure. If, for example, you derived this gap, for example, but that is not in option means then this gap must be provided. Are you understood, Daba? All are understand? So every position having 2 types of gap. The gap in terms of time or the gap in terms of what? Angle. Both are possible. All are understood, Daba? All are understand? Right, okay. Now, relative speed between minute hand and hour. Okay, boss. All ready? Now, both minute hand and hour, I'm not going to teach in terms of speed, time, and distance. Okay, boss. Listen carefully. Both minute hand and hour hand are planning to run for 1 hour. Now, the gap in terms of time, gap in terms of angle. All ready? For example, please concentrate. Somebody not listening. Both are planning to run for 1 hour. Both means whom? Are you remember race topic? Deal. Now listen. They are starting from the same place. Minute hand, hour hand. That means they are now together. Starting point is together. What is the gap between minute hand and hour hand? 0 minute gap. Are you understand? Now you switch on the clock. And they are planning to run for how many hours? In 1 hour. Minute hand travel how much minute? 60 minutes. In the same 1 hour, our hand runs how much minute? 5 Now time is 4 o'clock. Now time is 4 o'clock. Where is our hand? Exactly pointing towards 4. Understood? After 1 hour, what is the time? At that time, our hand is exactly pointing towards where? 5. Are you understand? Earlier, our hand is standing here. After 1 hour, our hand is standing here. That means in 1 hour, our hand traveled this 5-minute gap. All are understood, Abba? So 1 hour, minute hand traveled how much a minute? In the same 1 hour, our hand traveled how much a minute? Minute hand traveled 60 minutes. In the same time, our hand traveled how much a minute? What is the relationship between minute hand and hour hand? 12 times. Compared to minute hand, hour hand is asked. Compared to minute hand, hour hand is faster or slower? Slower means divided by 12, you will get 5 minutes. I totally silent. At the time of beginning, the gap between minute and hour hand is 0 minute. After 1 hour, minute hand standing here, hour hand standing here. What is the gap between these two people? The gap between these two people? 55 minutes. What is the meaning of 55 minutes? That is the gap, or that is ahead, or that is called gain, that is called fast. All are same meaning. Are you understood or not understand? All are understand. What is the meaning of 55 minutes? Minute hand is 55 minutes ahead of the hour hand. Why? Because minute hand is faster than the hour hand. All are understood. If anybody going faster, he will create the gap because they are traveling in same direction. Understand? To create this 55-minute gap, both hand has to run for 1 hour. All are understood, not understand? When the gap is 55 minutes? After 1 hour. That means to create a 55-minute gap. Gap means gain. By whom? Over in how much time? 1 hour means how much minute? To create 1 minute gap between minute hand and hour hand required. This 55 multiplied, it comes here divided. So 60 upon 55 cancelled. What you will get? 12 by 11 minutes. Are you understood? Not understand? Sir, somebody, sir, I don't know what is this. This is 360 degree per minute. I will not have to interpret like that. Okay, but otherwise some of the area we cannot teach like this. So now listen carefully. At the time of starting, what is the gap between minute and hour hand? 0 minute. Understand? Now, if you need 55-minute gap, both hand has to run for how much a minute? 60 minutes. If you need 1 minute gap, both hand has to run for how much a minute? Now I'm going from this direction. Both now they are together and they are running for 60 minutes. The gap created is 55 minutes. If both are running for 12 by 11 minutes, gap created is 1 minute. You're totally silent. All are understood, not understood? Earlier they are together. Now once they started running, then who is the faster person? What minute hand will do? He started going away from the slower person, or he started creating the gap. That is called fast target. Are you understood, Daba? You're totally silent. If you need gap between minute hand, hour hand, 1 minute gap, both hand has to run for 12 by 11 minutes. All are understood, not understood? You're totally silent. All are understand? Now, instead of writing 1 hour, I will write 1 minute because I have to say some term here. That is part of your formula interpretation. Listen carefully. Now, in terms of angle, now both minute hand and hour hand are started running. Hour hand standing here, minute hand standing here. That means they are together now. How much degree gap between minute and hour hand? 0 degree starting point. Now you start the clock. So they are planning to run for how much minute? In 1 minute. Minute hand traveled how much degree? How much? 6 degree. In the same 1 minute, hour hand traveled how much degree? Divided by 12. What you will get? Half degree. Are you understood? Not understand? Somebody thinking, sir, what is this? 1 minute 6 degree, 1 minute half degree. All are understood, Abbas? Now come to here. Now, what is the gap between minute hand and hour hand? 5.5 degree. 5 into 2. 10 plus 1. Are you understood? Understand? This is called what? Gap or away or ahead. I forgot that. Or slow or lose. Later on, I will tell you lose, gain or lose. Are you understood, boss? All are same thing. In the beginning of the, in the starting, how much degree gap between minute hand and hour hand? After 1 minute, what is the gap? 11/2 degree gap. Understand, boss? Who is creating this 11/2 degree gap? Why he only creating? He is faster than the hour hand. Why I'm saying like that? Next homework will be, you have to do like this for hour hand and second hand. You have to do like this for minute hand and second hand. You have to tell me this relation like that. Are you understood? Not understood? So who is creating gap? Minute hand. Why? He is faster than the hour hand. Understood? To create 11/2 degree gap, both hand has to run for how much minute? All are understood? Not understand? So now 11, are you remember the formula to find the angle? 11/2 into minute hand. No, leave it. So to create 11/2 degree gap by minute hand, compare to whom? Hour hand. In how much time? 1 minute. To create 1 degree gap between minute hand and hour hand. Here 11/2 multiplied, it goes there divided. Okay, so reverse it. What you will get? 2/11. All are understood, boss. It's totally silent. If you need gap in terms of time or angle, who will create that? Minute hand, faster person. All are understand, boss. If you need gap in terms of time, you have to use the term 12/11. If you need gap in terms of angle, you have to use 2/11. All are understand? What is this? If both hand are running for 1 minute, the gap created is 11/2 degree. If both hand run for 2/11 minute, the gap created is 1 degree. Now I'm going reverse direction. If you need 11/2 degree gap, both hand has to run for how much minute? If you need 1 degree gap between minute and hour hand, both hand has to run for how much minute? Are you understand? Not understand? Gap in terms of time, angle. Time means you use 12/11. Gap in terms of angle means you have to use 2/11. Are you understood? Not understand? What is your homework for tomorrow's class? Here, minute hand and second hand. You have tried gap in terms of time here also. Second hand and hour hand. That is your homework for you. Are you understood? Not understood, Abbas? Right, okay. Next. In this topic, the question will ask about find the angle between minute hand and hour hand. Second type of question. Relative position between minute hand and hour hand. Both are similar to each other, but in asking question, they will be different. Between minute hand and hour hand. Next type of question is incorrect clock. Okay, boss. Under this, they will say fast or slow, or they will use the word gain or lose. Next, miscellaneous. That's all topic. Understood? So far, UPSC asked a question from here. UPSC asked a question from here. UPSC asked a question from here. They asked from here also. They touched all the area since 2011. We will see one by one. Okay, boss? Now, what is the order of teaching? Today, I will start with, I will finish this first. Later on, I will tell you. Just 1 minute, I will tell you. So we will see one by one. All are ready? First, we can see what? Angle between minute hand and hour hand. Are you understood? If it is angle, means two type of question. Time is given and angle is asked. Okay, boss. For example, at 10:51, find the angle between minute hand and hour hand. Are you understand? Time is given, angle is asked. Or angle is given and what is asked? Time is asked. Understood, boss? All understand? For example, between 11 to 12, at what time we can create a 199 degree? Are you understood? Angle is given, time is asked. Here, time is given, angle is asked. Are you understood, boss? Now, what is our order of teaching? First, I will finish this. Then I will not teach this. I will go to second this. Then I will come back to third this. Why, sir, you changed the order? Here only I will teach you in 1 hour, any angle, minimum how many times, maximum how many times. By seeing this, you know 199 degree in this time slot, no answer, one answer, in two answer, you can say. Sir, more than 2 time slot you can create also, we can decide that. Or not. Understood or not understood? So first I will finish this, then I will go here, then I will come to here. All are understood? Right, okay. Now listen. Because I given this, dictated this question, one type of question. Somebody said 2 answer, somebody said no time slot answer, somebody will say 1 answer. Sir, how do we know? That we will teach that. All are understood? Angle means generally they will ask in 2 ways. Simply find the angle between minute hand and hour hand, or they will ask find the reflex angle between minute hand and hour hand. Are you understand, boss? What is called a reflex angle? Anji? Less than 90 degree acute angle, 90 degree right angle, more than 90 and less than 180, 180 degree straight line, more than 180 and less than 360 degree are called reflex angle. Understood? That is not outer angle like that. I will jump from the building. Listen, for example, some time slot is given. Somebody says 360 minus. Listen, boss. So now you are calculating by any interpretation. Your answer is 200 degree. But the question asks reflex angle. What student will do? 360 minus 200. They will say 160 degree is the answer. That is wrong. This already it is in reflex form. All are understood? For example, some other time slot is given and you are calculating by any interpretation. Your answer is 100 degree angle. Is it in reflex form? You have to convert this into reflex form. That is called 360 minus what? This is in reflexive form. So don't say always 360 minus. All are understood? It totally silent. All are understand? So we will see one by one. All are ready? D. Time is given. And what is asked? Angle is asked. Okay. For example, 5:10. So I have to say something. Now time is 4:05. Starting point is 4 o'clock. Now time is 4:05. Minute hand is behind the hour hand. Minute hand cross the hour hand. 4-5 behind the hour hand. That means minute hand not overtaken the hour hand. For example, now time is 4:30. So minute hand cross the hour hand or not cross the hour hand? That means minute hand overtaken the hour hand. Now if I am using the word overtaken or not overtaken, that means you have to assume Swami sir asking minute hand overtaken the hour hand or not. Now time is 7:25. Overtaken or not overtaken? Not overtaken. 5:40. Overtaken. For a time being, don't ask 6:30. Understand? 2:10, 1:05. Wait for I will come back later on. Are you understood? Now time is 9:12. Overtaken or not overtaken? Not overtaken. Now time is 2:45. Now you understand the meaning of overtaken and not overtaken? Right. Generally, we will solve by 3 interpretation if time is given, angle is asked. So I am avoiding the first interpretation because next class I am the only person sitting. So we will start with the second and third interpretation. All are understood? It is not second and third. There is no major difference. Only minute difference. Why we need third interpretation, I will tell you. All are understood? The second interpretation is called formula interpretation. That means how can you calculate the angle? 11/2 into minute hand minus 30 into hour hand. All are understood? You're totally silent. Ready? Are you heard about one part is equal to 30-degree gap? Are you remember that? So if both are running, if you need 11/2 degree gap, both hand has to run for how much minute? 1 minute. How much minute degree gap you require? That is this. No need of going proof and all this. Waste of the time. Already, if you substitute in this formula, what is called minute hand, hour hand? This is called hour hand. In place of hour hand, you can write 5. In place of minute hand, you can write it 10. If you substitute, you will get two type of answer. Either your answer is in positive or your answer is in what? Negative. If your answer is in positive, what does it mean? That is called overtaken. If your answer is in negative, that is called what? Not overtaken. Are you understood? Not understand? Instead of that, simply they will use ahead, minute hand ahead of the hour hand, or minute hand behind of the hour hand. They will use the word like this. Are you understood? It's totally silent. Already? Now listen. For example, 5:10. Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand. Substitute here. 11/2. What is the minute hand? Minus 30 into. What is the hour hand? 5. So cancelled what? 55 minus 150. So what you will get? What is the meaning of minus? That means not overtaken. Are you understood? So what is the angle between minute hand and hour hand? 95 degree. So what is the minimum angle you can create between minute hand and hour hand? Minimum angle. Gap. 1 degree. 0 degree. Together the angle between minute and hour hand is 0 degree. What is the maximum angle you can create between minute hand and hour hand? How much? Now they are together. Here 0. Then this must be what? 360 degrees. So you always remember 0 degree is synonyms to 360 degree. 360 degree is synonyms to 0 degree. You're totally silent. All are understood? So minus means what? Not overtaken. So what is the angle between minute and hour hand at 5:10? This is not in your option. Then what you will do? 360 minus, that is going to be the answer. All are understood? Not understood? Now you tell me. Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 7:70. Tell me the answer. Achha. Are you feel, sir, the calculation is a tricky calculation? Are you understood this? You face the calculation is little bit tricky calculation. Why we need third interpretation? To avoid that type of calculation. Are you understand? Right. What is the answer? You see how much time everybody taking? Taking, solving, when finishing? Anji? You see. Unable to say the answer. Anji? Minus 6.5. Getting or not getting? But calculation takes some time or not? Understood. That means this is not the proper interpretation. Understood. Getting this? Boss, getting? Boss, backside. Getting backside. All are getting. For whom I will find the angle between minute and hour hand at 9:49. Tell me the answer. Acha. How many answer? 0.2 somebody saying. You are saying 0.5. Somebody saying other answer. Minus 0.5. Acha. Aji? Getting? But you see that takes something. So to avoid that, we have to interpret differently. All are ready? To get the answer. First, familiarize the interpretation. Don't ask why not. After you familiarized it, then I will prove you what is this, what is this. All are ready? Right. For example, 510, 530. We are going to find the angle. All are ready? Now, this is in part of minute. This is in part of minute. This is in part of minute. That they are not in same unit of measurement. So one part is 5 minutes, 5 parties. 5 parties. Now, whatever the minute into half. How much? 5. Why I will tell you. What is the difference? What is the difference? Whatever difference into 6. How much? 90. Are you understood? Come to here. Whatever the minute into half. How much? 17 and a half. What is the difference? Whatever difference into 6. How much? All are understand? Compared to our hand, minute hand traveled less or more. Why not? I will prove you. I told you. Familiar is the interpretation. Whatever the minute hand into half. Whatever the difference into 6. Now, compared to our hand, minute hand traveled less or more. Compared to 25, 10 is less or more. Less means add this. Compared to our hand, minute hand traveled less or more. So, difference between this. Are you understood? Listen. Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 9:49. I remember that. Just now I given. So into 5. How much? Whatever the minute into half. What you will get? Are you understood? What is the difference? Whatever the difference into 6. How much? Compared to our hand, minute hand traveled less or more. Difference. What is the answer? Are you understand this calculation? Are you understood? Abbas. Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 7:17. Are you remember this? So into 5, how much? Whatever the minute into half, how much you will get? What is the difference? 18. Whatever the difference into 6, how much you will get? 108. Compared to our hand, minute hand traveled less. So add this two. What is the answer? You see that calculation and you see this calculation. You're totally silent. Are you understood, Abbas? Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 420. Ready? Now multiply by 5. How much? Whatever the minute into half. How much? 10. What is the difference? Whatever the difference into 6. How much? So 10 minus 0 or 10 plus 0. What is the answer? Are you understand? So you are multiply by 5. 20, 20. That means both traveled the same distance. That means 420 is look like together. Are you understood, Abba? If it is look like together, your answer must be whatever the minute into half. Why? The difference is going to be always 0 there. All are understand? 6:30. Look like together. Your answer must be 30 into half, 15 degrees is the answer. 1:5 look like together. Your answer must be 5 into half, 2.5 degrees is the answer. 2:10 look like together. Your answer must be 5 degree. 3:15 look like together. What is your answer? 7.5 degree. Then 5:25 look like together. What is your answer? 12.5 degree. 7:35 look like together. What is your answer? 17.5 degree. 8:40 look like together. What is your answer? 20 degree. 9:45 look like together. What is your answer? 22.5 degree. Okay, boss. Then 10:50 look like together. What is your answer? 11:55 look like together. What is your answer? 27.5. 12 o'clock starting point 0 degree, ending point 360 degree. They will not ask. Understood? Daba. Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 4:21. All already. Whatever the minute here into 5. How much? Whatever the minute into half. What you will get? What is the difference? Whatever the difference into 6. How much? Compared to our hand, minute hand traveled less or more. More means difference. What you will get? 4.5 degrees is the answer. All are understood, not understood. All are ready now? Boys versus girls. Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 7:29. Solve by formula. Solve by this interpretation. You have to decide yourself which you feel convenient. Solve by formula also. Solve by this interpretation also. Acha. Solve by both interpretation. I don't need your answer. Your mind has to fix, okay, I can solve by this interpretation or that interpretation. Whichever you feel convenient. Answer? What? 50.5. 50.5. Acha, we will see. Are you attempted by both the way? Both the way, which? Another way, try. Formula 11/2 into minute hand minus 30 into hour. Why you? That is up to you. Why somebody calculating? Whichever interpretation you feel convenient. Understood? Which interpretation not getting? Anybody answer? Anybody not getting answer? Not getting. Which interpretation you tried? Formula. Achha. Don't think. Don't do like this. You understand this which interpretation? This interpretation. What is this? Imagine diagram. Sir, like this, then you will say approximately. That is may or may not be correct. All are understood, Abbas. So which interpretation calculation is simple for you? This, are you comfortable with this? Right. Tell me. Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 10:10. We will see. Not like that. Check progress. Solve. Reduce the speed. And the answer. 2. Somebody saying half answer. Who will say remaining answer? Only 2 lines you will write. Listen. Somebody don't know much. Add or subtract. Yes, sir. So you see 50. Whatever the minute into half. How much you will get? What is the difference? Whatever the difference into 6, how much? Compared to our hand, minute hand traveled less or more. Less means add. Are you understood, Abba? More means what? Compared to this is more. Then difference. Difference, I said, bigger number minus smaller number. All are understand this? So find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 6:33. I have to add a subtractor. Difference. Getting? What is the answer? 1.5 degree getting? Boss, are you getting? Any problem? Can I say? Right. All are getting? Getting everybody? Right. Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 1:07. Plus, are you getting, boss? If anybody not getting, please ask me. Don't hesitate to ask. The purpose of teaching defeated. Acha. I have to add a subtractor here. Acha. How it is 26 something? The gap will be very close. 17. Getting? That option must be there. Hanji? Acha, no other choice. Multiply by 5. Whatever the minute into half. 3.5. What is the difference to? Whatever the difference into 6. How much? 12. Compare to our hand, minute hand traveled more. So difference. So what is the difference between these two? 8.5. Are you understood? All are understand? Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 11:41. Acha. But somebody saying I have to add a subtractor. I have to add. What problem? Somebody saying two different answer. Whatever the minute into half, what you will get? What is the difference? Whatever the difference into 6, how much? Compared to our hand, minute and traveled less. Add this to how much? Are you understood? Are you understand? Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 7:35. Anji? 17.5. It's look like you see 35. But don't compare this two. This after cancel you write 35. 30 they are look like together. Answer is minute and a half. All are understood. The last. Find the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 12:10. Try this. For that purpose only I wrote this. So all are ready? Now listen. Answer will be there. What is the answer? 305 not in option. Then 360 minus 305 what? 55 must be in option. All are understood this? Now. So multiply by 5. How much? Whatever the minute into half. What you will get? What is the difference? Whatever the difference into 6. How much? Compared to our hand, minute hand traveled less or more. Less means add this to what is the answer? Are you understand? But 12 o'clock is the starting point. 12 o'clock is the end point. Starting point means 0 minute. End point means 60 minutes. You consider 12 means 60 minutes. That means you treated 12 as a ending point. But 12 is also a starting point. Starting point means how much minute? 0. Understood? 0 part, that means 0 minute. Are you understood? Not understand? Whatever the minute into half, what you will get? What is the difference? Don't say minus 10. Are you understand? Difference bigger number minus smaller number. Whatever difference into 6, how much? Compared to our hand, minute hand traveled less or more. That means the difference. What is the answer? All are understand. Now somebody will ask, sir, I have to consider 12 means 0, 12 means 60. So don't get confusion. Always multiply by 5. I'm not saying this is wrong. Understand? Always multiply by 5. This is a general procedure. If this answer is not in option, 360 minus that answer going to be in option. Are you understood or not understood? Now all are understood. Time is given. Angle is asked. Anybody doubt? Anybody? Backside boss, you want to say something? Why are you looking dull? Am I murdering you? Acha. Right. Anybody doubt, boss? Now I will tell you, sir, what is this into half? What is this 6? All are ready? Right. Are you understood? We solved like this, right? See the diagram. What is time now? Where is our hand? Exactly pointing towards 5. Are you understand? What time is asked? 5:10. Okay, boss. This is the position of 5:10. This much gap will not be there. Making you visible, I am drawing this much gap. The question, this is minute hand, this is our hand position. This is asked in the question. Are you understood this? Gap between minute hand and our hand. At 5 o'clock, where is our hand? But at 5 o'clock, our hand is 5. At 5:10, our hand is here. That means in 10 minutes, our hand moves from here to here. In 1 minute, our hand traveled half degree. In 10 minutes, 10 into half degree. You see that? That means this gap is 5 degree. Are you understood? Not understand? Now, so we derived this is 5 degree. We need this also. Understand how much minute gap? 5, 10, 15 minute gap. Who is going to travel this 15-minute gap? Minute hand 1 minute 6 degree. 15 minute 15 into 6, how much degree? So this gap is 90. This gap is 5. So from here to here, how much? 95 is the answer. Are you understand? But manually counting 5, 10, 15 minute gap is waste of the time. 2 part means how much a minute? 10 minutes. 5 part means how much a minute? What is the gap between 25 and 10? That is 50. That is why take the difference. It's totally silent. Are you understood or not understood? Anybody crying? Acha. All are understand? It's right. Okay. Now, do you remember how we solved this? Are you understand this? Now, overtaken or not overtaken? Previous diagram. Are you understood? No, keep it secretly. Ready? Now let's. Ready? Why we have to edit? We have to be. The more I'm happy, the more I'm straightforward. Okay. Whatever anybody thinking, let them think. Okay, but free of cost. Now listen. So 535. Are you see that 535 position? Yes, sir. Now, what is the gap between these two people? These two hand? How much minute gap? Who already traveled that 10-minute gap? Minute hand. Understood. 1 minute hand traveled how much degree? So in 10 minutes, how much degree? 6. The gap between minute hand and our hand is how much degree? 60 degree. Are you understood? Not understand? Yes. But the diagram of 535 is correct. No. Understood? Not understood? Abba. That means this is called 535. For example, I am saying. Are you understand? Yes. That means I need this only. I don't need this. I don't need means I have to add a subtractor. Are you understand? At 5 o'clock, our hand is here. 5:35, our hand is here. That means in 35 minutes, our hand moves from here to here. So in 1 minute, our hand traveled half degree. In 35 minutes, how much degree? 17 and a half. Out of 60, I don't need 17 and a half, remaining 42 and a half. That only I wrote. Are you understood? Not understood? Anyway, we can do by plus also, but I want to show the difference between overtaken and not overtaken. That is why I done there plus, here minus. Are you understood? Not understand? Anybody doubt? Boss, what happened? What here? So now what is the gap between minute hand and hour hand? 10 minutes. Are here 25, 35, difference is 10. You see that? So who already traveled the 10 minute? Minute hand. Minute hand, 1 minute 6 degree, 10 minute how much degree? 60 degree. Are you understood? Not understand? Now, out of this 60 degree, the position of minute hand is correct, but hour hand is wrong. Are you understood? So this is called 5:35. That means at 5 o'clock our hand is here, 5:35 our hand is here. That means in 35 minutes our hand moves from here to here. In 1 minute our hand traveled half degree. In 35 minutes, 35 into half, 17 and a half degree. So this 17 and a half degree I don't need. Out of 60, remove 17 and a half, remaining 42 and a half degree. Are you understood? It totally silent. Boss. All are understood? Anybody doubt? Any Aam Aadmi? Right. Okay. Now, 5:35. Find the reflex angle between minute hand and hour hand. 360 minus this. Are you understood now? Deal with it. Relative position between minute hand and hour hand. All already. Both minute hand and hour hand are right angled to each other. Both minute hand and hour hand are in straight line. What is called a straight line? Listen carefully. Now, both minute hand and hour hand are opposite to each other. This is called a straight line. Both minute hand and hour hand are together. This is also called a straight line. So, straight line means, thank you, boss. Straight line means it include opposite to each other. Straight line include what? Together or what? Coincide. All are understood? Understood, everybody? All are understand? So now, what is called right angle? When you can say it is a right angle, how much degree gap you can say right angle? So wherever 90 degree gap between minute hand and hour hand, it is said to be right angle. So now, how much degree gap you can say opposite? Wherever 180 degree gap between minute hand and hour hand, it is said to be opposite. When you can say together? Whenever 0 degree gap between minute hand and hour hand, it is said to be together or coincide. But 0 degree is synonyms to 360. Remember that, I will not write, but you have to assume like this. Understood? Come to here. Sir, wherever 90 degree gap is called right angle, okay. But how much minute gap it is said to be right angle? You will say like that. Or you remember, 1 minute means 6 degree. Now, 1 degree means how much a minute? 1 by 6 minute. So divided by 6, how much? 15. Wherever 15 minute gap between minute hand and hour hand, it is also said to be right angle. All are understand? So divided by 6, what you will get? Wherever 30 minute gap between minute hand and hour hand, it is said to be what? Opposite. So divided by 6, how much? 0. Wherever 0 minute gap between minute hand and hour hand, it is said to be what? Together. Are you understood? 0 degree gap is synonyms to 360 degree gap. 0 minute gap is synonyms to 60 minute gap. Are you understood? Yeah, totally silent. All are understand? Boss. Why looking dull? Murdering. Right. Now listen. So first I will finish the right angle. Then we will see one by one. All are ready? Now, every 1 hour, How many times right angle? Anji. Acha. Anji. So every 1 hour, how many time right angle? Attention carefully. So I am not teaching now. I'm not teaching now at what time exactly right angle. Understand? That is tomorrow. Understood, boss? I am teaching now how many times right angle. All are understood, boss? So how many hours? 1 hour. Are you understood, boss? Listen. What? Ready? 4 o'clock. How much minute gap here? 20-minute gap. But we need how much minute gap? Wherever 15-minute gap between minute and hour hand, it is said to be right angle. Now to create 15-minute gap, now minute hand started running. If minute hand started running, hour hand started moving here. So we can take it approximately. Are you understood? Now how much minute gap? If the minute hand moves here, now how much minute gap? I expected somebody will say 5-minute gap. I am not asking how much minute hand traveled. That is 5 minutes. But I am asking the gap between minute hand and hour hand. So approximately how much minute gap? Approximately 15-minute gap. Why I am using the word approximately? Because hour hand little bit more. So approximately at 4, 5, 1 right angle, but not exactly. 5, 5 by 11. Later on we will see. Understand, boss? If it moves here, 10-minute gap. If it moves here, 5-minute gap. If it moves here, 0 minute, approximately. If it moves here, 5-minute gap. Approximately 10-minute gap. Approximately 15-minute gap. Approximately what time? Another 15-minute gap. Anji, 4:35. Are you understood or not understood? But if the minute hand moves here, 20-minute gap, 25-minute gap, 30, 35, 40, nothing will be there. So how many times? Are you understood? But what is somebody thinking? 1 hour gap, one full circle, 90 degrees. So 4 times. They will, when you can do like that, if our hand are not running. Are you understood? That fellow is standing there only. All are understood, but it is also moving, this also moving. So every 1 hour, how many times right angle? 2 times. Every 12 hours, how many times? Every 12 hour, how many times? 1 hour, 2 times. 12 hour, how many times we are expecting? 24 times we are expecting, but not 24 times. Why? Listen carefully. How many hours? 2 hours. 1 hour, 2 times. 2 hours, how many times? Are you understand, boss? Don't sleep. We are expecting 4 times, but not 4 times. Are you understood this? All are understand? Sir, why? Listen very carefully. Ready? Now, time is 2 o'clock. How much minute gap? 10-minute gap. But we need how much minute gap? 15-minute gap. Now, to make that position, minute hand started running. So our hand started moving here. So approximately we can take it. All ready? From here to here, minute hand move. How much minute gap? 5. Here, 0 minute gap. Okay, but here, here, approximately what time? Approximately 2:25, 1 right angled position. Are you understood, boss? Then if it moves here, 20-minute gap, 25, 30, 35, 40-minute gap, 45, 50, nothing will be there. If the minute hand reached here, what is time now? 3. 3 o'clock is 15 minute. 3 o'clock is 15-minute gap or not? Wait, why we going ahead of Swaminathan? So 3 o'clock, 15-minute gap. That means exactly 3 o'clock. All are understand? What somebody will say, sir, you need 15-minute gap. Already at 2 o'clock, 10-minute gap. If it is comes approximately 2:55. Are you understood, boss? then it is 15-minute gap. No, at that time our hand is very close to 3. Are you understood, Abbas? Listen very carefully. If something is going to happening here, that means exactly it will happen in between these two. If something going to happen here approximately, exactly will happen between these two. Like that everywhere. Up to here, if anything going to happen here, it will happen next in between. Are you understood? But if anything going to happen here, it will never happen here. It will happen the next part only. Understood, Abbas? At 2:55, if you calculate the angle between minute and hour hand is not 90 degree. Understood, Abbas? 2:55, right? Calculate the angle between minute and hour hand. Because if anything goes here, now the hour hand is very close to here next part. 2:55. Find the angle between minute and hour hand. Then calculate 2:56. Calculate 2:57. Calculate 2:58. Calculate 2:59. You will never get 90 degree. All are understood, not understood, Abbas? Here, that side. You are saying this is called 242. I am talking here. It will be more than 90. If you take 256, never happened. 257, 258, 259. Why? Because if something comes to here minute hand, this hour hand will be very close to or near to next part. Are you understood, Abbas? Now you got it answer, boss. All are understand. Now time is what? 3 o'clock. Understood, Abbas? Now it boss 1 minute time. So 15-minute gap. If it moves here, 10-minute gap. Okay, boss. Then 5-minute gap, 0-minute gap. 5-minute gap, approximately. 10-minute gap, 15-minute gap. Approximately what time? 3:30. Approximately 3:30 is next right angle. Are you understood? Not understood, Abbas? If it moves from here to here, 20-minute gap, 25, 30, 35, 40, nothing will be there. So how many times? 3 times. 1 time decreased it. All are understood. So how many times you are getting? Are you understand? Approximately 225, exactly 3, approximately 3:30. Are you understood, Abbas? Now tell me, between 2 to 3, how many times right angle? Between 2 and 3. You see what are the time slot I wrote? Between 2 and 3, how many time right angle? 1 time. What time? 225. What is called between 2 and 3? That means after 2, before 3. That means starting point and ending point not allowed. All are understand. So between 2 to 3, how many time right angle? 1 time. What time? 225. From 2 to 3, how many time right angle? And 2 time. What time? 225 and 3. 225 is approximate. Understood? Between 3 and 4, how many time right angle? What time? Approximately 3:30. From 3 to 4, how many time? 2 time. What time? 2 to 4, how many time? 3 time, not 4 time. All are understood, Abbas? So instead of drawing and finding this, it is waste of the time. 2 to 3, 3 o'clock is right angle. That is part of 4. 3 to 4, again 3 o'clock is right angle. It is part of 4. So in 4 times, this 3 o'clock counted 2 times, reduce 1 actually 3 times. Are you understood? Not understood. A totally silent. Are somebody. So how many hour? 1 hour, 2 times, how many? 2 hour, how many time? So 2 to 3, 3 o'clock is right angle. That is part of 4 time. 3 to 4, again 3 o'clock is right angle. It is part of 4 time. That means in 4, 3 o'clock counted 2 times, reduce 1 time. Actually, how many times? Instead of drawing and find 3 times. Waste of the time. All are understood, Abbas? Then next, listen carefully. 8 to 10. How many hours? 2 hours. 1 hour, 1 time. 2 hours, how many time? 4 time you are expecting, but not 4 time. Why? 8 to 9, 9 o'clock is right angle. It is part of 4 time. 9 to 10, again 9 o'clock is right angle. Again, it is part of 4 time. So you counted 9 o'clock 2 times, reduce 1 time. Actually, how many times? Are you understood or not understood? Or you need the diagram or you understood? All are understood? The same thing, 8:55. Imagine 8:55. Understand, boss? Approximately will never happen. It will happen at 9 o'clock only. All are understand? At 8:55, our hand is very close to next part. All are understood, boss? Right. So here 1 time decreased. Here 1 time decreased. Total how many time decreased? I will 1 time decreased. 1 time decreased. Total how many time decreased here? 2 time decreased. That means 1 hour 2 times, 12 hours 24 times we are expecting, but 2 times decreased. Actually, how many times? 22 times in 1 day. That means 2 times 12 hours. That means how many times? 44 times. All are understood, boss? What is the exceptional time for right angle? Only 2 to 4 and 8 to 10. In this 2 hour only you will get a 3 time right angle to each other. Remaining any 2 hours you will get a 4 time right angle to each other. Understood, boss? All are understand? Leave some space. After I finish the opposite and together, I will come and generalize something. All are ready? Listen, boss. For example, between 1 to 10, how many times right angle? How many hours difference? 9 hours difference. 1 hour 2 times, 9 hours how many times? We are expecting 18 time right angle. Are you understood, boss? What are the exceptional time for right angle? 2 to 4 inside or not? 1 time decreasing. 8 to 10 inside or not? Another time going to be decreasing. Total how many time decreasing? So my answer may be 16 times. Understood, boss? But the question use the word between. That means starting and ending not allowed. Is 1 o'clock is 15-minute gap. That means it is not a part of 18. If I remove this, it will not impact this. Is this 10 o'clock is already 15-minute gap? No, it is not part of 18. If I remove this, it will not impact. So my answer is what? Are you understand? All are, who is saying no? 1 to 2. Every 1 hour, how many times? 2 to 4. Exceptional time. How many times? 3 times. 4 to 5. 1 hour, how many times? 5 to 6. How many times? 6 to 7. How many times? 7 to 8. How many times? 2 times. 8 to 10. How many times? So how many times? 3 times. So add all this, you will get 16 times. Are you understood this now? Are you understood? All are understood. Now what is your doubt here?
How are you not excluding?
Between means starting and ending not allowed. Is this 1 o'clock is 5-minute gap? Is it 15-minute gap? No, it is not right angle. 1 baje. The question says between 1 and 10. How many time right angle? Between 1 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Is starting point is 1 o'clock. Is it already right angle? No, that if I remove this, it will not impact. Why? This is not a right angle. It is not part of 18. 10 o'clock is 15-minute gap. No. Why? Because it's how much minute gap? 10-minute gap. It is not 15-minute gap. This 10 o'clock is not a part of 18. All are understood? So if I remove this, it will not impact this. Are you understood? Not understood? Now listen carefully. Is 1 o'clock is right angled position. 10 o'clock is right angled position. That means between 1 and 10 and from 1 to 10, same answer. Totally silent. Are you understood? Not understood what I am saying? That means I am removing this between now. It is useless. Totally silent. Right. Okay. Listen, boss. For example, between 4 and 11, how many time right angle? Difference how many hour? 1 hour, 2 times, 7 hour, how many times? How many time? 14 time we are expecting, but not 14 time. What are the exceptional time for right angle? 2 to 4 inside. No, yeah, my boss don't sleep. 8 to 10 inside. Yes, 1 time going to be decreasing. Actually, what you will get? 13 times. Understood, boss? Because of the word between, starting and ending not allowed. So 4 o'clock is a right angled position. No, if I remove it will not impact this. This 11 o'clock is right angled position. If I remove this, it will not impact. My answer will be. Are you understood? Not understood? Or can I expand like this? All are understood? Not understand? Right. Okay. Next. How many hours difference? 1 hour, 2 times 7 hours. How many time? 14 time we are expecting. What are the exceptional time for right angle? From 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Is it inside? 3 to 4. But what is the exceptional time slot? 2 to 4, not inside. 8 to 10 inside. 1 time going to be decreased. All are understood? Right. But the question use the word what? So starting and ending not allowed. Is 10 o'clock is right angled position. If I remove 10, it will not impact 13. Is 3 o'clock is right angled. Yes, it is already part of 14. You don't need means you have to remove that also. So actually how many times? Are you understood this? No, somebody crying. Between 3 to 4. How many time right angle? 3 o'clock and 3:30 approximately. So between means 3 o'clock not allowed. Only 3:30 approximately is allowed. All are understood? Then 4 to 5. How many time? 5 to 6. How many time? 6 to 7. How many time? So 7 to 8. How many time? 8 to 10. How many time? And how many time? Add all this, you will get it 12. Are you understand? 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. Are understood or not understood? Was understand? Next listen carefully. Ready? Yes, please. I will conclude. Please wait 1 minute. Yeah. So difference how many hours? 6 hours. 1 hour, 2 times 6 hours. How many time? 12 time. What are the exceptional time for right angle? 2 to 4 inside? No. 8 to 10 inside? Nothing to be subtracted. But between is given. So starting and ending not allowed. Are you understood? So is 3 o'clock is right angle? Yes, it is part of 12. So if you don't need means you have to subtract that. Is 9 o'clock is right angle? Yes, it is already part of this. So remove that. Actually, how much I have to remove? Actually, how many time? All are understood. But if the question use the word from 3 to 9, how much answer? Then 12. Come to here. Instead of between 3 and 10 means how much answer?
13.
Between 3 and 10. From 3 to 10 means how much answer? Then 13 time is the answer. All are understood? Now you can understand the meaning. What is this -2, -1 and all this thing. After some month, you forgot to remember what is this. So after reaching today, if after downloading, then you can write what is this, what is this. Understood? All are understand? Anji.
When we said count, we will include both
Starting and including. Okay, yes. Any other? Any other? Right. So far in this example, I given starting point, I given ending point. I given starting point, I given ending point. You see in every example. But now I am changing the question. For example, now time is 3 p.m. In next 10 hours, how many time right angle? All are understood, boss. Now, what is the difference between this statement and this statement like that? That means here starting and ending I already given. And I said between or from. So no confusion regarding that. Now, time is 3 p.m. Add 10 hours. Add 10 hours, how much? 1 a.m. Now tell me, 3 p.m. is allowed or not allowed? Because it's a right angle. So 3 p.m. is allowed or not allowed? Why? Next 10 hours. So starting not allowed. Ending is allowed or not allowed? If for this also, for example, here one right angle is there. Allowed or not allowed? Why? Because after 3 up to this time it is asked. All are understood? It totally silent. So what is the only exceptional time for right angle? 2 to 4 and 8 to 10 only. In this 2 hour only you will get 3 time right angle. Remaining any 2 hours you will get 4 time right angle. All are understood? All are understand? Right. Anybody doubt so far? Anybody? Every 1 hour how many times right angle? 2 time. Every 12 hours, how many time? So 1 day, how many time? 44 time. The only exceptional time I wrote here. Are you understood, Abbas? Then we can jump to opposite. How much degree gap? How much minute gap? Wherever 180-degree gap between minute hand and hour hand, it is said to be opposite. Or wherever 30-minute gap between minute hand and hour hand, it is said to be what? Opposite. All are understood? For example, every 1 hour, how many times opposite to each other? For example, 4 to 5. So how many hour? 1 hour. Okay, boss? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now time is how much time? 4. But you need how much minute gap? But you need how much minute gap? 30 minutes to make that position. Minute hand started running. How much minute gap here? 15 minutes here, 10 here, 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 25, here, 30. Approximately what time? 4:50. Approximately at 4:50, it is what? Opposite. Then if it moves here, 35, 40, nothing will be there. So how many time? That means every 1 hour, how many time? 1 time. All are understood? Every 12 hours, how many time? 1 hour, 1 time. 12 hours, how many time we are expecting? 12 times, but not 12 times. Why? Listen carefully. So how many hour? 1 hour, 1 time, 2 hour, how many time? 2 times we are expecting, but not 2 times. Why? 5 to 6, 6 o'clock is opposite. It is part of 2. 6 to 7, again 6 o'clock only opposite. That means 6 o'clock counted 2 times, reduce 1. Actually, how many times? Are you understood? I can show it in the diagram. All are understood? At what time only opposite? Are you understand? Between 5 and 6, how many times opposite? Between 5 and 6, how many time opposite? Between 5 and 6, how many time? 0 time. From 5 to 6, how many time? 1 time. Between 6 and 7, how many time? 0 time. From 6 to 7, how many time? So 5 to 7, how many time? Are you understood or not understand? All are understood. Yes, please.
4 to 5 1 time.
4 to 5 1 time.
So between 5 to 6, why is it equal to?
Between 5 and 6 means where it is happening. 6 o'clock only opposite. Between 5 and 6 means 5 o'clock not allowed, 6 o'clock not allowed. That's why I asked you, can I draw the diagram? You will say 5:55. At that time, our hand is very close to 6. It will not make at 5:55. Are you understood? Can I draw the diagram? No, no, no. Your face not good. Ready? Okay, boss. Listen. How much minute gap here? 25 minute gap. We need how much minute gap? If it moves from here to here, how much minute gap? 20. Here, here, 10 here, here, 0 here, approximately 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Approximately what time? But at that time, the hour hand is very close to here. It will never happen. Are you understood, Dabas? Where it will happen? It will happen at 6 only. Understood, Dabas? So at what time it will happen? At 6 only. Understood, Dabas? Now one more thing I will say. So now time is 6 o'clock. Here 30 minute gap, here 30 minute gap. If it moves here, 25 minute gap, 20 minute gap, 15 minute gap, 10, 5, 0. Approximately 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, nothing will be there 7 o'clock. Are you understood, Dabas? So how many time only? 1 time only. So 1 time decrease is there. In 1 hour, 1 time, in 12 hours, 12 time we are expecting, but not 12 time, 1 time decreased. Actually, how many time? All are understood? In 1 day, how many time? In 1 day, how many times? 12 hour? 2 time. First 12 hour, 11 time, next 12 hour, another 11 time. Total how many time? All are understood. So what is the exceptional time for opposite? That is 5 to 7. In this 2 hour only you will get 1 time opposite. Remaining any 2 hours you will get a 2 time opposite. All you understand, Abbas? So now between 5 and 6, how many time opposite? 0. So now in 1 hour, some angle 0 time answer also possible now. In right angle, I showed you 1 time answer possible in 1 hour. I showed you 2 times in 1 hour possible. So far in 1 hour, 0 time answer possible, 1 time answer possible, 2 time answer also possible so far. It's totally silent. Here I said between 3 and 4. How many time right angle? Between 3 and 4. 1 time. Approximately what time? 3:30. 1 time possible. Between 5 and 6. How many time right angle? 2 time. Understand? Between 6 and 7. How many time opposite? 0 time. Between 6 and 7, 0 time. That means so far in 1 hour, any angle minimum 0 time answer possible, 1 time answer possible, 2 time answer possible so far. All are understood, Abbas? Right over here. For example, between 4 and 11, how many times opposite to each other? Difference how many hour? 1 hour, 1 time. 7 hours, how many time? What are the exceptional time for opposite? 5 to 7 part of that. Reduce that 1 time. How many time? But the question use the word between. So starting and ending not allowed. Is this 4 o'clock is a 30-minute gap? No, if I remove it, it will not impact this. Is this 11 o'clock is 30-minute gap? No, if I remove this, it will not impact this. So what is the answer? Are you understood or not understand? Right. Okay. Now come to together. Or what? Coincide. Okay, Babas? Now, how much degree gap? How much minute gap? Understood? Ready? Now, every 1 hour, how many times together position? For example, 4 to 5. So, how many hour? 1 hour. Okay, boss? How much minute gap? But we need how much minute gap? Now, if it moves from here to here, how much minute gap? Here, 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 0. Approximately what time? But you know at 420, 10 degrees is the gap. Are you remember that? That's why I'm using the word approximately 420. All remember that thing? If it moves from here to here, 5, 10-minute gap, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, nothing will be there. So how many time only? 1 time only. So every 1 hour, how many time? 1 time. All are understood, boss? Every 12 hours, how many time? 1 hour, 1 time. 12 hours, how many time we are expecting? 12 times, but not 12 times. For example, 11 to 1. How many hours? 2 hours. 1 hour, 1 time. 12 hour, 2 hour, how many time? 2 time you are expecting, but not 2 time. Why? Because 11 to 12, 12 o'clock together, it is part of 2 time. 12 to 1, again 12 o'clock is together, it is part of 2 time. So you included 12 o'clock 2 time, reduce 1 time. Actually, how many time? Somebody may think 11:55. At 11:55, minute hand is pointing towards 11, but our hand is close to 12. There is no together position. You will not get 0 degree. All are understood, Abba. So where it will happen? At 12 o'clock only. Understood? You need diagram. All are understood? Between 11 to 12, how many times together position? 0. From 11 to 12, how many times? 1. Between 12 and 1, how many times? 0. From 12 to 1, all are understood. Abba. So 1 time decreased here. So 1 hour, 1 time, 12 hours, 12 time we are expecting, but 1 time decreased. Actually, how many times? In 1 day, how many times? 22 times. Understood, Abba? The only exceptional time for together is what? 11 to 1. In this 2 hour only, you will get 1 time together position. Remaining any 2 hours, you will get remaining any 2 hours, you will get how many time? Remaining any 2 hours, you will get how many time together? 2 times. Are you understood this? All are understand. Then you know how to calculate how many times are there. All are understood this? So now, together, 1 hour, how many time? In 1 day, so opposite, 1 hour, 1 time. In 1 day, 22 times. Right angle, in 1 hour, 2 times. In 1 day, all are understood. Now all are ready now. Can we summarize it? Listen first. In 1 day, how many times minute hand and hour hand are in straight line? Straight line means it include opposite, it include together. Opposite 22 times, together 22 times, total 44 times straight line. In 1 day, how many times minute hand and hour hand are in straight line but not together? What is asked? Opposite is asked 22 times. In 1 day, how many times minute hand and hour hand are in straight line but not opposite? What is asked? Together or coincide. That is how many times? In 1 day, how many times minute hand and hour hand are 360 degree? 360 degree. 360 degree is synonyms to 0 degree. That means 22 times. In 1 day, how many times minute hand and hour hand are 180 degree? In 1 day, how many times minute hand and hour hand are 90 degree? In 1 day, how many times minute and hour hand are 45 degree? 100 degree, 99 degree, 101 degree, 123 degree, 199 degree, 200 degree, 300 degree, 301 degree. Okay, sir. Then 320 degree, like that. Understood? Listen carefully. I remember I left over some space. If the question asks except 0 degree and 180, 0 degree is synonyms to what? So except 0 and 180 degree. Why? If 0 and 180 degree, 1 hour, 1 time, in 1 day, 22 times only. Except 0 and 180 degree, remaining any angle is asked in 1 hour 2 times, 1 day 44 times. Every angle having exceptional time, no need of calculating what are the exceptional time for every angle. Understood?